Alright, day 8 of the ongoing 31 days of horror, Halloween, Hallar, whatever you want to call it. Alright, well, we're still in the year of our Lord 1963, or the year of our devil 1963. It is a horror countdown after all. And our movie is Dementia 13. Now, this is another one of those movies that's kind of peculiarly saved by being public domain. It's one of those movies where, like, White Zombie and Night of the Living Dead, it's in every single, like, horror compilation disc. You know, all the 50 free horror movies, it's always on there because nobody has a copyright on it. And what really makes this one different from most films of the like is it's actually a really good little mystery movie. I mean, it's actually a legitimately enjoyable movie. And that's probably because it's directed by FRANCIS Ford Coppola. Yeah, the same guy that did The Godfather and Apocalypse Now. He directed this one of his earlier works, and it's actually really, really good. As far as the general plot outline, it starts with this one guy, and he's on a boat with his wife. He's listening to like this really crappy rock and roll song, and she's just smoking cigarette after cigarette because it's the 60s. And he's talking about the will, and if he dies, she's no longer a member of the family, and she doesn't get it. And of course, he has like a heart attack and falls over dead. And that kind of sets into place this really, sort of intriguing whodunit story, because apparently he's part of this family that's really traumatized because, sort of like in Don't Look Now, one of their kids drowned like back in the 40s, and the mom is still alive, and she's old, and she's all messed up, and pretty much everybody in the family is various shades of lunatic. So we kind of have this one widow who, still is kind of nefarious. I mean, she's trying to get her hands on her husband's money, but everybody else is trying to get money too. So once again, we're seeing the old, greed equals death, trying to get inheritance, money through death plot line that we saw way back in The Bat, like 1925. So 30 years later, they're still doing it, and I show you 30 years after this movie, they're still doing it. 30 years from now, that will still be a prominent plot point. But yeah, from there, really can't say much about the movie because it kind of gives away the story, but there's some pretty good scenes here. It's a black and white film, and the cinematography is really, really solid. There is some great underwater footage that just looks absolutely terrific. I'm not really sure how they did that, but I think it looks great. And for a film from 1963, it is pretty explicit. There's no nudity, but there is quite a bit of blood and guts. There's some heads getting knocked off. There's some dismemberments. There's people getting stabbed. It's pretty bloody for this time frame. So it's definitely way, way, way more visceral than Psycho. Not as good as Blood Feast, but still pretty entertaining. So all that to say, it's actually really good. It's very engaging. It's got a good plot line. The acting is well above average. The ambiance is terrific. And it's a good whodunit. Once you kind of know who the killer is, it kind of takes out the replay value. But overall, just the way it's set up, the atmosphere, and kind of the twists and turns. And there's a big, big, big plot twist halfway through it, where they kind of pull a Janet Curtis. That's the name of Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, right? Janet Curtis, or Janet Lee Cook, or whatever. Doesn't matter. Well, anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about when it happens. There's definitely a very Psycho-ish plot twist. So yeah, all that to say, this is actually a really good movie. I've never seen it before, and I just kind of thought it was one of those kind of low-grade, like old shame movies by Ford Coppola. But it's actually really enjoyable. So yeah, if you haven't seen it, Dementia 13, it's kind of an unsung gem for the horror genre. I'm going to give it 3 pieces of candy corn out of 4. It's worth going out of your way to see, especially if you've never seen it before. And it's kind of classy. It's a classier, ritzier, more cerebral thinking man's horror. But rest assured, we're going to be getting away from that very, very shortly as the countdown continues tomorrow.